What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Earlier today, I was watching a video, and Bounty Hunter BJ. He was talking about Big U and the situation with Big U, the Rico, and he was doing the interview on, I believe it's called Real Tune TV. You guys should check it out. According to Bounty Hunter BJ, his belief is that Big U is going to do the rest of his life behind bars. And I wanted to do a video on it. I get what he's saying. He may not wind up with a life sentence, a technical life sentence, but the age that he's at and the amount of time he's probably going to get sentenced to, there's no coming back from that. That's what he's getting at, right? But in order for anybody to believe that, we have to assume that even though the feds have a 98% conviction rate, we have to assume that they can convince a jury, right? See, something that I've noticed, especially being on social media and putting out content, when an incident occurs, and anybody who's been involved in the criminal lifestyle, anybody that's fought a case, you know this to be fact. When an incident occurs, there's what really happened, and then there's the DA's version, and then there's the defense's version, right? It is the DA's job to make the defendants look as horrible as they can. Get right up to the point of actually lying, right there, right next to it, real comfortable right there, and make the defendants or defendant look like a monster, horrible human being, and somebody that does not belong in society. Then you have the defense's version, and it's gonna be one in which it's a tragic situation that shouldn't have occurred, and make the defendants look as good as possible based on the facts and the evidence of the case, right? But I've noticed that, again, since being on social media, I've noticed that guys that are supposedly from that world, if they dislike you, they always regurgitate the district attorney and the police's version of events. They side with that side. They side with that version, and that's who you are, and that's who they want. No, they want to paint you in that same light. It's weird. Now, with Big U, one of the things that Bounty Hunter BJ mentioned was Big U was straddling the fence, right? Now, my understanding is in LA, they have this community outreach type thing. I don't know what you call it, where community leaders work with law enforcement, not to incarcerate people, but to have communication and try to lessen the violence. And a lot of people have said that Big U was involved in that program. Well, that in itself would have him 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? I don't know what all the charges are that are being used, what all the evidence is that's being used. I don't know, but I will say this. One of the main reasons why the feds have a 98% conviction rate is because they wait, they build their case, they flip people that are near their main target. And when it's all said and done, we're going to find out that there were people close to Big U that have been working for the feds and working against Big U for a few years now. And the problem with that, there's a lot of problems, but one of the main problems with that is these guys that turn CI to help the feds when the feds are really targeting a main person, they were usually busted for something. And in order to get out of that case, they put a case on their homeboy, their family member, whoever it may be. And that's where the defense has to fight. Anytime a CI flips like that on you, any statement he's giving, those are self-serving statements. Now, if they have Big U on wiretaps actually participating in something, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. I don't know, you know, a lot of us out here in California, we've heard of Big U, right? But we've heard of him through social media. A lot of what we heard came from people who didn't like him. You got a particular person who, I mean, just about every video he makes, he's got to bring up Big U. Doesn't like him. And I won't be surprised if he's subpoenaed, because he talks so much about him, he knows so much of his dealings, that I'm sure the feds are going to say, hey, you need to get up on that stand. I'm not saying he's cooperating or would incriminate him, but he said a lot of damaging things online. Several people have. This should be another wake-up call. Big U was somebody who was feared, who was respected, who had put in work. He had done his prison time. And allegedly they gave him up like that. So anybody curious about wanting to get involved in the criminal life, who are you? If you've never done what Big U did, he never put in the work and built the respect that he did. And look how quick they turned on him. Imagine what happens to you. I've said over and over again, the vast majority of guys in prison are in prison because somebody told on them. And it's not always a witness or a surviving victim. Most of the time, it's one of your own homeboys. I say it all the time. We got to get off the hamster wheel. We got to do better. Good luck to Big U. Everything's going to come out in the wash. And the people that were really in his life really know what he was doing. Big U knows what he was doing. And karma always catches up. It does. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.